so bad, you know what I've been doing? Last week I went out to the jungles. I wrestled with an alligator. I tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. I'm bad, man.
When you put on a jersey of any kind, you are not just playing for yourself. You are playing for yourself, for the team, for the state, for the region, and for the nation. So every time you are able to put anything in the win column, you are winning for yourself, for your team, for your state, for the nation, and for the world. In those kinds of ways, Kentucky athletes of color were extremely important.
Most kids had knew the name, but they didn't really know anything really about Muhammad Ali because he is probably the most famous Kentuckian. My generation, I remember very distinctly, like he's one of the first athletes I remember, and so I have core memories of him, knowing that he was a Kentuckian and being very, very proud of him for that.
Cassius Clay of the United States comes out in the light trunks. Pietrkowski of Poland is in dark. Clay all over Pietrkowski here at the end of round 3. And there's the bell ending the fight. In a few moments, the judges' votes will be tallied and the winner will receive amateur boxing's highest award, the Olympic gold medal. The decision goes to Cassius Clay of the United States. Pietrkowski graciously congratulates him. And then Ziggy's cornermen also acknowledge Clay's masterful boxing exhibition.
Tell me how you came to get such a Roman name as that.
Well, as I understand, I'm Cassius Marcellus Clay VI, and my great-great-grandfather was a Kentucky slave, and he was named after some great Kentuckian. Well, Cassius Marcellus Clay is a great name in Kentucky. And really, where he was from or where it was all originated, I couldn't tell you, but since I've reached a little fame in boxing, most people want to know where am I from and where did I get that name, but really I haven't really checked on it, so I see that I'm going to have to go look into
You'll have to look it up.
See what it's all about now that I'm getting a little interviews. Yeah.
How did you come to take up boxing?
Well, I started about 6 years ago. My bicycle was stolen and my cousin was a boxer. He wasn't too successful, but he boxed, and he told me that he would train me if I ever catch the guy that, you know how kids think, if I ever caught the guy that stole my bicycle, well, I would know how to fight, I could defend myself. Well, anyway, he took me to the gym and he quit later, but I kept it up.
Did you catch the guy who stole your bike?
No, I never did.
You still looking for him?
No, not now. I was just a kid then,
There are always athletes, there are always citizens, there are always people who are saying things. I think the difference with Muhammad Ali is he was a great orator, and it is impossible to separate him as an athlete from him as a poet. Words change people and change things greater than anything physical could ever happen.
Better far from all I see, to die fighting to be free, what more fitting end could be? Better surely than in some bed where in broken health I'm led, lingering until I'm dead. Better than with prayers and pleas or in the clutch of some disease, wasting slowly by degrees. Better than of heart attack or some dose of drug I lack. Let me die by being black.
In order to get to Muhammad Ali, you had to have Malcolm X. In order to get to Malcolm X, you had to have Marcus Garvey. In order to have Marcus Garvey, then you had to have people before him. You couldn't have had the 60s without having the 20s. Muhammad Ali was a phenomenal athlete and a wonderful orator and a great man. However, Jack Johnson was also a boxer who had fought for civil rights in his way. It was just the content of Muhammad Ali's character, and probably the fact that he was raised in Kentucky.
There have been many questions put to me why I refuse to be inducted into the United States Army. I would like to say that I did not lose a thing up until this very moment. I haven't lost one thing. I have not only gained the respect of everyone here today, but worldwide I have gained the respect. People all over the world. It has been said that I have two alternatives. Either go to jail or go to the army. But I would like to say that there is another alternative. And that alternative is justice.
This accepting the mantle of like social responsibility and advocating for what your beliefs are, there are costs involved in that. Why the focus on Ali was to show their cost to protest, their cost to standing up for what you believe in. His was not just civil rights, his was also the Vietnam War. He lost his championship. He could not support himself financially because he was willing to risk that for what his beliefs were.
And we believe that since we've been fighting all of America's enemies, not our enemies, worked 400 years, 16 hours a day from sun up to sundown without a payday, that we should now be repaid. Don't give us nothing and give us or repay us. You got 50 states, then we make up 10% of the population, then divide off 10% of the land, let us build our own stores, make our own, grow our own food, make our own suits, and be like other people, and not always begging white people for houses, begging for jobs, begging for seat in your restaurant. May I use your toilet? May I ride on your bus? Now that I'm grown and educated, now we're no longer slaves and we can't get along, just let me go and live by myself like other people. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
When you're an athlete, you sacrifice your body, you sacrifice your time, you sacrifice your relationships, your future relationships. Even when we're talking about someone like Muhammad Ali, who we love, even he had to admit, there was a lot of sacrifice that went on in there. He did not get to put as much time into being the best husband as he could have. Athletes sacrifice their time for us, and so when they use their platform to push an agenda or to help others who do not have that platform, once again, I have to cheer for them.
It's very similar to what Frederick Douglass was trying to do during the 1840s, 1850s, 1860s. He was the most photographed man of his time period because he wanted people to see him as a man. And so he always was dressed very nicely. He had a look on his face that was, very, I don't want to say stern, but it was a look that of a serious person. And you kind of like make that connection to Muhammad Ali, like being seen. It was a different media, but it was like see me for a man.
I just gave you a picture of what my critics expect. That was just a treat for those who will never see.
We do have these threads that run throughout U.S. history, and that the time period we're living in now is not unique, that we have been here before. And should college athletes do what Muhammad Ali did and be willing to say, I'm not going to play at the University of Kentucky because they've eliminated their DEI programs.
But I know this about human nature. I know that it is part of us to cheer for someone. And when we see someone doing great things, even if we can't do that, then we are drawn to them. And because they are able to do what I cannot do, they have a platform. And when athletes and other people use their platform to say something that I've been wanting to say, then I cannot help but respect that. Kentucky athletes made an impact and stood for local and national change. But of course, in the case of Muhammad Ali, it's not just the nation, it's the world.